Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Stephen A. Williams with Making Money with Stephen A. Williams here on YouTube. In this video, I'm going to talk about a 1, 2, 3 step. This is something that I saw on Harvard video where they were teaching. It was a Harvard business class. They were teaching the students on how they need to get their business off the ground. And it was like, you got to show that value, which is that value proposition, if you're going to be able to build your business and get it off the ground. But there was something that he had showed also that I believe, I mean, maybe I'm lucky, but it was something that I had actually did with my business, and it makes sense. And it's something that I see a lot of business owners not doing, because if you were to just simply do this for your business, if you're trying to grow your business, if you're trying to get your business off the ground, if you were to simply do this, you will probably know quickly if your business is going to work or not. But you would also be able to make adjustments real fast, because you'll be like, we need to kind of focus on this. And so I'm going to draw it out here. So he had used these little dots here, and then he had a circle, and he was like, you gotta do this. So he was like, you gotta be able to, if this is your business. So with your business, what you gotta do, you gotta be able to perform these 3 things to get customers, to make money. So you're doing like 1, 2, 3, and it makes money. 1, 2, 3, and you make money. 1, 2, 3, and you make money. So, and it was like, even if that's just a little bit of money, it's not a lot of money, you just got to be able to do that. And then he said, and the big part of this is that you had to niche down. So to be able to do this, you have to pick a segment, a small segment. Don't go too big, because if you go too big, you're going to be all over the place. So he said, like, pick a specific niche segment, turn that into a process that you're able to make money. And then even when you go into the bigger market, you're still able to make that money. And though you would have these other opportunities with people who don't meet exactly what your segment is, you would have those opportunities, but your business would survive and be able to thrive, because your niche is you're always able to make money with those. So when I saw that, I was like, man, I didn't go to Harvard, but this is exactly what I've done for my businesses. For each of my businesses, they have become very successful because of this type of process, what we would do. So let me kind of draw that out for you. And I think that this will definitely help you see what I've been training this whole time to do. So if you've been watching my videos, I have these 3 boxes. And what I tell people to do, number one, you got to find your niche. Like I would say the value that I got out of watching that video was that I need to even probably with some of my businesses, even niche down even further. Or when you're starting a new opportunity, I'll put it this way: when you're starting a new opportunity, a new venture, is that you got to just niche down and go after just a specific segment, and then you just grow from there. So once you get your segment, this is some of the early work that you do. Let's just say that you're going after a specific segment. Let's just say people who are 35 to 55 that are looking to let's just say start their own business. That, like, well, I'm going to go with my segment. I go 40 to 55 plus. So I'm really targeting the older generation, a generation that is like worked a certain amount of years and now kind of looking to kind of do something, but not be overwhelmed, and to kind of be able to make money off of their knowledge and experience and their expertise, rather than doing like things that take up a lot of time and too much labor. So like that would be the segment that I would be looking for. And then, so the next thing that I would do, which is that 1, 2, 3 step, is ads. You want to run ads to your segment, and you want to be successful with that. How do you know you're successful with your ad? Because people are clicking, calling, visiting, like if you had a location. This is the way that I judge a successful ad. If you're running ads and nobody is clicking them, then it's you haven't even done step 1. So that's step 1. Step 2 is leads. From those clickers, those callers, those visitors, how many leads are you getting? Are these people who are really interested in what you had to offer? So now if you're doing online lead generation, you will know instantly because you're going to be like, they clicked your ad, and if they became a lead. If they became a lead, then you know that you've have this success right here. That this is successful because you ran ads, they're clicking, they left their information, successful. Now, where a lot of people drop off, this is where a lot of people drop off, is they think that because someone became a lead, well, first, a lot of people drop off because if you're using online ads, just because someone clicks doesn't mean that they're interested in your information fully. There's different levels. So I always say, and it depends on your business. So for this example, we're gonna just utilize clicking for leads. So clicks and then become leads. So if people are clicking, that's successful because they're reading your ad. They're going to your page to be collected as a lead. And if they're leaving their information to be a lead, then you're successful. But this is where a lot of people mess up. A lot of people mess up is that they think that because someone became a lead, that they're 100% ready to take their product or service. And most people, I would say 99.9% of the people who become a lead are not 100% ready for your product or service. They're interested in your product or service. So you have to put a follow-up process in place. The reason why you want to have a follow-up process in place is because it'll help you stay top of mind to that individual, to that lead. You're going to be top of mind. They're going to get information either by email, by text, whatever methods that are available. You're going to be able to get that information to them, and you're going to stay top of mind. So this is step number 2. So you've accomplished step number 1. You've accomplished step number 2. You're getting leads. You got them into a follow-up process. And in that follow-up process, this is what I do. This is what I do. In that follow-up process, I look for the engagement that I'm getting in that follow-up process. If there's not a lot of engagement, then I'll change that follow-up process. The way that I change that follow-up process is by thinking how these individuals are thinking. Like I'll ask questions. If I don't see any engagements, I'll email all of the leads, or I'll have my staff call, or I'll call and I'll say, well, why are you not buying the end product or service? So we'll just say for this one here, I have a product. So why are you not getting that? So I'll ask those questions. Reason why I want to ask those questions because when I already have this working, I got this working, it'll make that follow-up process a lot better. And then that follow-up process is always pushing them to go see the product that I'm selling. And then if I get just a little bit of sales, I know that I've accomplished what they talked about with Harvard is I have that 1, 2, 3. I have my segment, I have my ads, I have my lead follow-up process, and I have my product. Having that small process, 1, 2, 3 in place, I'm pushing out into the market with a heavier advertising budget, and I'm just paying attention to my 1, 2, 3. If it remains the same, I'm going to make more money on this side. If it doesn't remain the same, I'm going to make adjustments right here, because you already know that this is winning, that this ad is winning. So all you have to do is make your adjustments right here. And that's where a lot of the work gets done. But a lot of people, they disregard this part of the process. They're always skipping to ads, and they only judge the ads by the clicks. If you don't get leads on those clicks, then you don't really know 100% if people were interested, and they're just skipping people over here. And when they don't buy, they get frustrated, and then all of a sudden they close off their ads and they try to go for some other gimmick. That's just what I see. And I admit that early in the game, when I started doing online advertising, when I started doing advertising, period, because even before the internet, I used to do classified advertising all over the United States, and I did TV and radio, and this was one of the problems that I ran into until I started doing lead generation. When you have the leads, you're always able to put them into that follow-up process, and you can find out what you need to do to engage them, to find out what they're not understanding about your product or your service, and then you will be able to get them to buy your product or service. Thank you for your time. Please subscribe to the channel. Please post your questions and comments. This is Stephen A. Williams with Making Money with Stephen A. Williams here on YouTube.